In this video I'll show you how we can use while loops in our Java programs. The main idea of while loop is to repeat the execution of all operators in the body of the loop while loop condition is met. There is one big difference between if operator and while loop. If operator checks the condition inside of it only once, and if it's true, executes the body. While loop checks the condition and executes the body of the loop while the condition is true. If loop condition is always met, the body of the loop might be executed forever. Let's look at simple example. When we run this program, we'll see one line. It was printed because condition a equals 3 is true. Let's change if operator to while loop and run it again. Now you can see that our program works infinitely. It happens because while loop checks the condition every time before executing the body of the loop. This condition is always true because it wasn't changed in the body. There we have only one line of code, which prints out our variable. Let's change our loop. I want to print out numbers from 1 to 5, so our while loop might look like this. Let's run this program step by step. At the first step, variable a equals 1. Then this condition will be checked, a less than or equals 5. 1 less than or equals 5. This is true, that's why this line will be executed and we'll see a equals 1 on the screen. Then a will be increased by 1, and then this condition will be checked once again. 2 less than or equals 5. This is true. That's why this line will be executed and we'll see a equals 2 on the screen. Then a will be increased by 1 and a equals 3. Then this condition will be checked once again. 3 less than or equals 5. This is true. That's why the body of the loop will be executed once again and we'll see this a equals 3 on the screen. Then a will be increased by 1 once again, and now a equals 4. Then this condition will be checked once again, a or 4 less than or equals 5. This is true, that's why we'll see this on the screen, and a will be increased by 1 once again, and a equals 5. Then condition will be checked once again, 5 less than or equals 5. This is true, that's why this line will be executed once again, a equals 5, and then a will be increased by 1. This process will be stopped when variable a equals 6. In this case, condition a less than or equals 5 is false and the body of our loop will not be executed. Very often while loop is used when we don't know a number of times it should iterate. We only know a condition which should be met for entering to the loop. Let's solve a simple task. User enters numbers while 0 is not entered. Program calculates a sum of all entered numbers. First of all, we need to create a sum variable where we can accumulate our result. Then let's create an object of special scanner class for entering numbers. And we need this line at the top of our program. After that, let's enter one number from the keyboard and put it to the variable n. Now we can add a while loop which adds entered number to the sum of numbers. And let's print out our result. Then we need to close the scanner. Let's run our program. And 0. Here is our sum. Let's run it once again. And 0. Here is our sum. In our loop, after adding entered number to the sum, we need to enter from the keyboard another number. While loop will check if it's not 0, and if it is, the body of loop will be repeated. Actually, we can make this program a bit shorter if we change our while loop to do while loop. Let's do this. We don't need it here. And let's change the loop. And let's move this line here. So let's run the program and test it. And let's enter 0. It works. And once again, and 0, and it works. The main difference between while and do while loops is in order of operations. While loop always checks its condition before execution of body of the loop. Do while loop always executes its body first, and then condition will be checked. If condition is met, the body of the loop will be executed again. That's why in our last program we don't need the first line, entering a number before execution of do while loop. In our do while loop, numbers are always entered before checking the condition. First of all, we create a scanner object. Then do while loop starts. Then scanner enters a number from the keyboard. And then this number is added to the result. And finally, loop condition is checked. If it's true, the body of the loop will be repeated and next number will be entered from the keyboard. Let's look at another example. User enters strings while word exit is not entered. Program calculates amount of all letters in entered strings. We can use while loop for solving this task. As the first step, we create a scanner object for entering strings. And close the scanner. Then we need to declare int variable letters count for accumulating amount of all letters and read the first string from the keyboard. We can use next line method for entering one string. Then we'll create a while loop and check if entered string equals exit string. If it's not, we add length of this string to amount of all letters and enter a new string from the keyboard. After that, our while loop will be repeated. Let's use equals for comparing strings. Exit, not equals. And letters count equals letters count plus str length of our entered string, and then just enter another string. Scanner, next line, and let's print out our result. All letters equals letters count. So let's learn this program. Hello, 1, 2, 3, and exit. And amount of all letters is 16. Let's try it again. 1, 2, exit. And amount of all letters, excluding exit letter, exit word, equals 6. Now let's change our program and replace while loop with do while loop. So we don't need this line anymore. Just remove it from here and move this line here. And now we have do while loop, and we need to enter a new string first. Let's try to run our program once again. 1, 2, and exit. You might see that our result differs from our previous result, because now we have 10 and here we have only 6 letters. It's because it happened because we have exit calculated to the result. So we have 10 letters including word exit, and actually we don't need this word in our result. That's why we need to add an if operator here. If string not equals exit, only in this case we want to add it to our result. And let's try to run it once again. 1, 2, and exit. And now we can get the same result. Let's run it once again. Hello world, and exit. And we have correct result now.